Hey, you remember this video from Bryson?
Good takeaway. Get a nice full turn in the backswing, and the biggest tip, feel as if your hands drop into your right hand pocket as you rotate through the shot.
I actually had one of my students that lit up on it. And this is one of my students that is a lefty, and we both worked with him.
Right.
And so Rene was feeling that he wasn't completing his backswing, and he was coming across it, over it. And we just talked about that with Sav and her, tendencies to go to the right. And it's not only side vision related, but we actually found a way to complete the backswing through that Bryson video. And this is going to be really key for you to deliver in the proper direction in the downswing with momentum. Man, you really don't want to miss this show. Thanks, Bryson. Now, what Bryson was talking about, he says you don't want this and you want this. So he's talking about letting the arms fall straight down behind you. Now, if you were to be a Charles Barkley and interpret that the way he did, that would absolutely ruin your golfing career overnight. However, for a guy like Rene, he felt that in order for him to fall behind him, he had to finish the backswing. Because if he didn't finish the backswing, it would fall in front of him, and because he's a lefty, it would fall to the right of the intermediate point. So I've got my line here going toward the center of the fairway. I think it's right, left center of the fairway, yep. And I got my intermediate point here in front, and I want to start at right edge of that intermediate point. So I'm lining up with that, playing the ball a bit back, and now what I want to do is I want my arms to fall in that direction. So right now they're going to fall in that direction. So you see how I'm falling through? Watch Mr. Oberg. Very, very efficient swing. Man, has he been raising a bunch of eyebrows. So same scenario, he's falling through the ball and toward the target. And that's what we've always talked about. You want to fall down the plane through the ball and into the picture. So it's going to look like this. When I let it fall, it feels like it's going to fall through and out. In order for it to fall behind you, you got to complete the backswing. Now it feels like it can fall straight down my rib cage in that direction. If I don't complete the backswing, everything's going to fall to the left for me. So when Rene was talking about, feeling that, he went out and shot a 73 the next day. And he's been really struggling to break 80 lately with his driver. So he found that because he was finishing the backswing, and when he let it fall, because he's an experienced player, it's a 4 handicap, he was falling into his kinetic chain, into that lead side. So we want to feel like we're falling. So if you look at Bryson when he's squatting in the downswing, it looks like everything is falling down. But in actual fact, everything's falling together. So it's a feel more than anything. It's not an actual fact. You don't want to, make sure that your arms are going to fall in that direction. But if you allow the arms to fall from behind you here, and then you allow them to fall through like Oberg is doing, we're going to be in really good shape. So I'm just going to gather and let it fall to the right edge of my intermediate point. And there it is. Nice line, left center of the fairway, like where this is aimed. That will play wonderfully, okay? So it's going to allow you plenty of time in your transition and there's right center of the fairway. Nice little draw. Okay, so notice that beautiful pause at the top of the backswing. because I'm getting ready to let the arms fall, well, then there's no force there. So arms falling down behind you is straight down the rib cage, and that gives you some momentum, and you just allow that momentum to keep moving through the shot and towards the target. Oh man, look at that.
Great shot.
That feels amazing. So there's that 182 7-iron. Got 5,600 RPM on that. It was extremely well struck. So let's see what Moo has in store for that same technique. And then this is something you'll be able to picture Renee doing, right?
Right.
So we call this the forg method.
Forg method. I love it.
So let's check Moo out. So as you can see for Moo, we've got this lined up down the center. The intermediate point's right there. He's going to stay left edge of that for his draw. And we're going to start at left center of the fairway, back to the center of the fairway.
Yeah.
Good. And that's one of the things that you do so well, Moo, and that was a perfect divot right now.
Yeah.
Go to the top of your backswing and stop. Look at where those arms are, right in front of his rib cage. So that's ready to fall in front of you, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But this is something that you do naturally anyways. For you to focus on letting the arms fall down in that way in the backswing would throw you for a real loop.
Yeah, it would be a distraction.
It would be a distraction.
Yeah.
So your task is what?
So my task with the irons right now is door frame, just to compress my shots towards my target.
All right. So you have a door frame right here
Yeah.
that you're letting the arm club unit fall through.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So go ahead and set up.
Okay.
So let's see you take a full backswing and stop. And feel how you're going to let the weight of the arm hammer unit fall through that ball. Look at how that falls right there. His hands are way out in front of the ball, and he's ready to release in that direction. Much better. That's finding the center of the fairway perfectly.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. So that's 235 carry, nice and casual,
Yeah.
with a gorgeous little draw. So when your head stays back, it's going to anchor that fall in that direction. And this is what we just talked about in our premium channel. We're talking about how the side vision really affects the way we come through the ball.
For sure.
So when you get set up right here,
Okay.
and you're going to go to the left edge of that intermediate point, doesn't that feel like you're going left trees?
Yes, it does.
So you're going to let the head move forward like this to feel like you can't go left trees.
Right.
But now you're way out in front of the ball and you got to hurry up and hit the ball before you miss it, and you just opened up a big can of worms.
For sure.
But if you stay anchored here
Yeah.
throughout the whole motion, that's going to anchor your release this way. And we know that this way is just left center of the fairway.
That's correct. That's right.
Because we got this set up, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead. Look at that, Moo. Absolutely freaking perfect. Right up the sprinkler heads down the middle of the fairway. There's another 230-yard carry shot
Yeah.
like it was nothing.
Yeah, so I played today, and I had a lot of those push fades.
That's right.
Right, so I was struggling to kind of center the
Yes.
situation, and I couldn't find the rhythm. But now that you showed me that, it's clear.
It's amazing how it just anchored everything, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, on golf courses like what we have, I mean, there's trees on both sides. And it could be even more devastating to the mental when you feel like you're swinging toward the houses on the left-hand side. But if you look at this particular setup, let's say you're going to do a practice swing above that ball, Moo.
Sure, yeah.
So just observe the blur. Let the blur stay left edge. So that feels like it's going left edge?
Yeah.
So left edge to you is trees.
Yeah, it does feel like trees.
But all of you guys can see that left edge is left center of the fairway. And the last two shots that Moo hit were spot on right in that direction. So when that head stays back, it anchors you left of the intermediate point.
Yeah.
You'll have a beautiful release every time.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna, it's like pulling on the string of a kite.
Yeah.
Confirm. Look at that. Hey, hey, hey. Right over the left tree and right back down the middle, the left center of the fairway.
I stepped it on a little bit because I was feeling really good.
Stepped on it a little bit.
Yeah.
260 carry with 157 ball speed.
Yeah.
That's like,
I opened up the machine a bit more.
10 yards further than my damn 3-wood. That's incredible. Wow. That was impressive, man.
Thank you.
Look at that. Just a smidge. See? Right spin, 31.
Yeah.
So that was a straight draw. Amazing shot.
Thank you.
So let's look at impact on that sucker. Ooh, look at how stable that was.
That's very stable, yeah.
Right in the center of that club face right there.
Yeah.
And look at that tracer. Boom. Wow.
Thanks for helping me, Shawn. I was really struggling with the irons this season with that.
Right?
Yeah.
So, hey, you know, we're all so busy
Yeah.
on all of our sides. It was nice to get together and do an amazing video for you guys. Hope you appreciated the forks technique. And Renee, thanks, buddy. That was really good. And Bryson, same. And Mr. Oberg, ditto.